Go Pacers.
Back in the action. Yesterday we had the NBA draft, and what a dynamic draft it was. We saw AJ DeBonsta go number one overall. Then we saw Peterson, Boozer, Wilson all off the board right after him. Kind of exactly how the mock drafts were shaping up to be. So we're going to go ahead and just start off episode one of this podcast just talking about the NBA draft and how it went last night.
And the Giannis trade.
And the Giannis trade to end it. Big trade, big trade. So starting it off, number one overall, AJ DeBonsta. How do you think he is going to fit in with that Washington Wizards team?
They have a good starting five, probably, in my opinion, the best starting five in the league. They have Trae Young at point guard, Trey Johnson at shooting guard, DeBonsta at small forward, Davis at power forward, and at center is Alex Sarr. So they have in my opinion, they have the best starting five in the league, which is a hot take.
That's a pretty hot take. The Wizards, not a playoff team last year. Definitely a struggling franchise. They've kind of been in franchise poverty, if you're willing to say that, the last few years. I would definitely say that's a hot take. I do like their backcourt. They also have K. George as well as one of their guards. I really like DeBonsta at the 3, 6'9", super athletic wing, and he's got the big guys up front with Anthony Davis and Alex Sarr. Obviously, my biggest concern is going to be the health. I mean, Those boys have to stay healthy.
I mean, Davis is always getting injured, so, that's going to be a problem. Because I don't know who their backup power forward is.
Yeah, he is built like glass, but when he is on the floor, I mean, that is definitely a pretty good starting five. So, where do you see the Washington Wizards ending up in the playoffs next year? What seed do you think they'll be hovering around?
Probably at least number 4. There's a lot. The East will be way better next year with Halliburton coming back and Giannis going to the Heat and all that stuff. But I think the Wizards will, at least. It depends on their health. Like if they stay healthy, they're definitely top 4, maybe top 5 or 6, or probably not a play-in team, but probably a playoff team.
Yep, and I was going to say the exact same thing. The East has been notoriously weaker than the West in the past, but next year the East is going to be beefed up. Like you said, with the return of Halliburton, the Heat are going to be on the map. You still got the Celtics, the Sixers, the Knicks, the Cavs, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know that the Wizards crack the top 4. I'd probably put them around 6 through 8-ish, but, that's why they play the game, so remains to be seen. Jumping into topic number 2 here, Darren Peterson. Now, this is an interesting one. A lot of people had him going number 1 overall.
Like me.
And including himself, he only worked out for the Wizards. He did not work out for the Jazz, which is kind of funny because their top pick last year, Ace Bailey, also did not work out for them. So the Jazz have no problem.
Who are you saying went number 1 on most people's mock drafts?
Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson went number 1 on my mock draft.
I mean, they're saying he might have the highest ceiling, potentially Caleb Wilson, but Peterson, they're giving him Kobe comparisons.
If he's Kobe, then the NBA might be cooked.
If he's Kobe, the NBA is totally cooked. I've already heard he's having some jersey number troubles out there because somebody on the team already wears his 22, and his backup number 8 is also already worn by somebody on the squad, so he may have to pay up for a number that he wants. Other than that, though, the Utah Jazz, I mean, on paper, they're kind of looking like a squad now. Yeah. We're talking about Keontae George and Peterson in the backcourt, and then we've got Ace Bailey at small forward along with
his favorite player, Ace Bailey.
Yes, I'm a big Ace Bailey guy. I don't know that he's going to live up to his potential on that Jazz team with as many pieces as they've kind of got around him. I think he needs to get out of there. But anyway, nonetheless, Ace Bailey, Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr. So they're kind of shaping up to be a pretty good team.
I forgot about Jaren Jackson. That's a pretty good team. Last year I thought they were going to not make the playoffs or play in, but last year when I made my predictions before the season started, I had them being at least the 11th seed because I thought they would improve a lot, but this year they'll definitely improve a lot.
Yeah, I think they may. I think Jackson was hurt a little bit last year,
Yeah,
and
he was.
yeah, and he
He
came
didn't.
in mid-season, I think.
No, he didn't play a game with the Jazz. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but this year, we'll get a larger sample size of that squad. Ace Bailey's got a year under his belt, which I'm super high on Ace. I think he could be the best player from the Cooper Flag Con Kneppel draft. That's a little bit of a hot
The best
take.
player will either be Edgecombe, which is my favorite from the draft. Either Edgecombe, Con, or Cooper Flag, not Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey kind of reminds me of AJ DeBonsta a little bit.
But I do like Ace Bailey though. But I don't think he'll be the best player.
We'll see. I think he needs to get off that team to reach his full potential. I will say I do like his autograph on his cards. He uses a star. I think it's kind of cool.
And he thinks he's a star if he's using one.
So, where do you see the Jazz finishing next year in the Western Conference?
The West, well, if LeBron retires, it'll kind of be more weaker though. But some teams will have their stars get like older, like KD, LeBron, and Steph, so they'll improve a little less. I have the Jazz going with Jaren Jackson back, maybe 10, maybe 11, either 10 or 11 probably.
Yeah, I've got them kind of around maybe the 8 through 10. I think they maybe get into the play-in and have a chance to get into the playoffs. I don't see them much higher than 8. So we'll kind of see what happens. Very young squad, very exciting for those Utah fans out there. Good time to be a Utah fan.
Good time to be a Pacer fan with Hallie coming back.
Always a good time to be a Pacer fan. Neesmith's the GOAT.
Yeah, Neesmith is the GOAT.
All right, jumping into our third topic of the day. Cameron Boozer, son of Carlos Boozer, out of Duke. He could have been a number one pick, in a different year. Back with that Ricochet draft a couple years ago, I think I'd take Cameron Boozer over Ricochet. So, really good draft. I can't emphasize enough how great of a draft this was this year. You probably had 4 dudes that could have been the number one pick in other years. Cam Boozer, I'm not quite as high on him as some other people. I think he's probably got the least of a ceiling than these other 3 players in the top 4. But you kind of know what you're getting with him. Going to Memphis, kind of a struggling franchise right now. You don't know what's going to happen with John Morant.
Yeah.
He's not the same player that he kind of came into the league as. You got any thoughts on Cam Boozer? What's he going to be doing out there?
I think he'll be pretty good. I think he'll finish at least top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting. But, I mean, he won't be the best player, but he'll be a great player. And if Morant, has the same season he had last year, didn't play a lot of games because of stuff going on, he'll probably be the best player on the team. Just depends on what Morant does.
Yep. And I definitely think Boozer's going to get a lot of playing time on that struggling team. So he's going to be getting stats. Definitely could see him being top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting. See him maybe being a 20-10 guy kind of right out the gate. If I had to pick a comparison to him, I almost feel like he's kind of like a Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
Something like that. Pick and roll. He can kind of shoot, kind of finagle the floor a little bit. So I think he's a good pick. You know what you're kind of getting with him. Not sure what happened with his brother. Did his brother declare for the draft? Do you know? No, he didn't. He's going back to Duke.
I don't remember, but I think Caden was going to a different college. I don't remember though.
Okay.
I think I saw something that said that. I don't remember though. All I know is he didn't declare.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to talk about Boozer. I feel like a few years from now, we'll definitely be checking up on him.
Yeah.
Jumping into our fourth topic of the day, this is one that I really, really like Caleb Wilson. I know he broke his hand in college, so he didn't get to play the full season. but definitely like his archetype. Could have been in the number one pick different year, like I had already mentioned.
Maybe
Um,
like a weak draft. Maybe he definitely would be number one in 2024 because that was a pretty weak draft.
right.
But uh, this year he couldn't because it's too stacked.
Yep, agreed. I was actually hoping that the Pacers could get him at 5. But of course, obviously, the Pacers lost their pick. Super unfortunate.
Yeah, and I don't even like using Zubac on 2K because he's super slow. So this is just unfortunate.
Yep, the Pacers kind of did it to themselves, though.
Pacers fans out there, if you're doing simulations on 2K, make sure to trade Zubac because he's super slow.
Yep. So, anyway, back to C-Dub, Caleb Wilson, out of the University of North Carolina. Going to the Chicago team. Not exactly the greatest team. They've still got Josh Giddey. I heard he might be in trade talks, though, to potentially Minnesota. Not really a whole lot going on in the Chi, so he really has a chance to kind of make that city his own.
Yeah, he does. I
yeah.
mean, before the season where the Pacers made the finals, before that season, I thought the Bulls were a really weak team, but somehow they at least made the play-in tournament.
Yeah. The East is notoriously a little bit weaker than the West, and that's just...
But it'll get better this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with Caleb Wilson, I don't see the Bulls probably making the play-in. I still think they're a bottom-tier team. They're probably a few years out from their potential, in my opinion. But I think Caleb Wilson is the perfect start, perfect cornerstone to their franchise to kind of get that city back on the map.
Yeah, and I don't know if some of you guys realize, but Caleb Wilson is kind of Michael Jordan because they both went to North Carolina and got drafted by the Bulls.
That is some super high expectations right there.
I never said he would play like Michael Jordan. I'm just saying that they have the same career so far.
Yeah, same career path, that's for sure. Let's not put the pressure on him that
I never
hard.
said he would play like him. I'm just saying that he's having the same career with teams. I never said he'd play like him.
Fair enough.
But he will play maybe like Tatum.
Yeah.
Maybe Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I could see that. He's a tall boy, lanky boy. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see him in the league. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time. All right, we are going to go ahead and move into our final topic of the day, the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade to the Miami Heat of all teams. The Miami Heat notoriously going after these star players. We've seen them Pat Riley.
It's Pat Riley.
Pat Riley. Thinking of O'Reilly Auto Ports. Anyway, yes, notoriously going after stars. We've seen them pick up Shaquille O'Neal in the past. We've seen them bring in LeBron James.
Wasn't O'Neal old at that time?
He wasn't old enough to win a championship. Pairing them with D Wade, they got one done. He brought in LeBron, they got 2. He brought in Jimmy Butler, they made 2 finals, but they did not get it done.
Yeah, because they had to face that Lakers team in 2020 was actually better than you guys think because they had a very good roster. And also in 2023, that Nuggets team, Jokic was just too good. So that's why they didn't win. If they didn't play those teams, they definitely would have won both chips.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree. Jimmy Butler kind of carried that team. He willed them to the NBA Finals.
And now with no Butler, Adebayo scored 83 points.
Yep, I really like the look of the Miami Heat. As of right now, they got Giannis and Bam up front, 2 bigs. Definitely a very good start. They've also got Andrew Wiggins.
Does Adebayo play center?
Yes.
Okay.
So he'll be their center. Giannis will be the power forward, and Wiggins will be the small forward. Then they've got some work to do in the backcourt. I think they've got Davion Mitchell still, Norman Powell, who was actually an all-star.
Yeah, he's a good 3-point shooter.
Yep, I think his contract might be up or something, or he's looking to get paid. I don't know how much longer he's going to be around there. So I don't think Miami's done dealing. I feel like there are probably still more moves to be made to kind of strengthen their depth.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them being a top 4 team in the East, but my biggest concern is if Giannis gets hurt, if Bam gets hurt, they don't have the depth to compete with some of these other teams. Like the Indiana Pacers are going to be back. They're very deep. I don't know. I mean, it remains to be seen. If they're healthy, though, I could see them being a top 4 team in the East.
I don't know about top 4. I know they'll be better with Giannis, but I don't know about top 4. I think that's a little too high for them. I know they'll be better with Giannis, but definitely not that good.
I think if they make a couple more moves and strengthen the depth, get their bench right, then I think your mind will be changing again. I don't think they're done yet. I think there's still more moves to be made. So the Miami Heat, they are in win now mode. Giannis, he's in his 30s. They're not looking to, get the 4 seed and get bumped out the first round. They're looking to compete for the championship and get Giannis his second ring.
The thing is, I wish Butler was still on that team. If Butler was still on that team, they'd definitely make the finals with Giannis, Butler, and Adebayo.
I could agree, but that would be a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
But
I hope we see Heat versus Pacers so we can have a Giannis Pacers rivalry again. I miss that era.
Yep. So we'll see. And then on the flip side, the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, that's tough. If you're a Bucks fan, R.I.P.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be worse.
Oh, Bucks are probably going to be...
They're missing the playoffs.
Absolutely. They'll be lucky to be not the worst team in the league.
Yeah, but Tyler Hero, don't sleep on him. He's low-key pretty good, but he's not going to carry the Bucks to the playoffs.
No, I don't think the Bucks have it in them. I think they're kind of gearing up for a rebuild, and Miles Turner must be regretting his decision of leaving the Indiana Pacers.
Bro should have stayed. Anyways, we don't... As Pacers fans, we don't really care because Bro cannot shoot in the finals, so we don't really care, honestly.
Yep, I think Miles Turner is having major regrets about leaving the Pacers. I've also heard that the Raptors might be interested in bringing him out there in Canada, which would probably be good for him. I mean, he's...
Yeah, they need a center because I think their starting center is Jakob something. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah. Either way, I think Miles Turner has seen his best days, and he'll be bouncing around the league from here on out. All right. Well, that kind of wraps up the first episode of the podcast. Just a little draft recap. Again, we think this is probably one of the strongest NBA drafts we've seen in a long time. Top 4, all those players could have went number 1 in different years.
Yes.
Really wish the Pacers would have kept their pick. Keaton Wagler, I mean, we would have even taken him.
Yeah.
I think he needs to do something with his hair, but that's a different discussion for a different day.
Also, another day, another podcast. We're just going to talk about people's hair. Okay.
Well, actually, and one more thing I almost forgot about with the Bucks. They got Braden Burries in the draft, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Burries. It was either him or another guy in the Purdue game. One of the dudes went on fire from 3. I don't remember which dude it was. I forgot the other guy's name. It was either him or some other dude that was on that Arizona team.
Yeah, Burries can hoop, so hopefully maybe he'll be a big part of that rebuild out in Milwaukee. We'll check out the second round tonight. We'll kind of see what happens. I believe the last pick was Koa Pete last night. I just like saying that name, Koa Pete. Oh,
I think Koa Pete's low-key pretty good. I think it's him who's on Arizona. I don't remember, though.
And then, lastly, Yaxel Lindenborg. He went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
I like that pick for them. Yeah. I do like that.
Steph and Yaxel, pretty good.
Yep.
And Butler. But I don't know when he's going to make his return this season, but when Butler comes back, that Warriors team might be one of the hottest teams in the league.
Yeah, I think that could make a little bit of noise. I don't know that they have enough to get it done, but...
Yeah, I mean, Steph's getting old, so, they're not going to be like that. Warriors team in the 2015 to 2019.
Right. All right. That'll do it for the first podcast. If you guys enjoyed, please go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. We're gonna keep putting out some shorts
And some more podcast episodes.
and some more pods. Other than that, have a great day. We out.